My absolute favorite thing about this light therapy machine is the ease of use. Here you can see I'm adjusting the eye cover that comes included in it. It easily slides over my head, and then with a push of a button, I'm able to access the machine about 12 to 15 inches in front of me. The main control button to rotate between just red light, infrared light, or both. Here I've done both light because each light spectrum achieves different goals. I love that depending on what I wear, I can maximize exposure not just to my face, but also to my neck, my hands, my arms, anywhere where I'm looking for additional support. I also love how easy it is to set it up next to me while I'm working. I can use one side of my face, work, and then switch it to the other. It's so easy to adjust it. A lot easier to me than those masks where I feel like I really just have to lay down or stay steady and can't really accomplish other things quite as easily as I go. Although the exterior can be wiped down with just a dry cloth, I like that it can be stored in this box easily so that I don't have to worry so much about dust collection. And it has quite an extensive manual that I found quite helpful when I looked through it. Specifically, it does cover the difference between shortwave 600 and longer wave 800 nanometer indoor light waves that do not include the UV rays or the excess of heat. When the Egyptians, the Greeks, the Chinese, and the Indians all have used solar therapy, it has a long history. And I do like the combination of both types of wavelengths. According to the manual, the red light is effective for skin and for collagen production, while the infrared light, although it cannot be seen by the visual eye, is much more effective for deeper penetration, so tissues, organs, joints, muscle recovery, joint pain. The manual goes on to break that down into more detail, highlighting hair, skin, recovery, cellular, circulation, inflammation, testosterone, and pain, and then goes on to educate with the benefits of each of these areas. I personally find the machine quite easy to use. It does rotate between 3 light modes, timing modes, recovery modes, and ambient modes, providing visual clues to rotate between all of the available options. Easy to take with you anywhere at about 2 pounds. The air vent and the stand are accessible on the reverse of the machine. It is a little over 1.5 inches too thick, 10 high, 6 wide, coated metal exterior, outlet plug to plug into a standard 220 volt. Here are your different controls, 40 total light, 20 of each with the controls, and it does come with this sealed eye protection. It is not required to use with the machine, but sometimes red light can be a little bit bright in my experience, so it's kind of nice when you're uncomfortable with it, and as you get used to the red light, you don't have to use these, but it is nice to have it. Adjustable, solid plastic, feels good traction, and here is the outlet, 220 standard US voltage, can be plugged in here and this into the unit. You would have to use an adapter if you aren't US based. To turn on, simply plug this into the side of the machine, and then you're going to hit the arrows to rotate between the various light modalities. That red light is visible and bright to the eye, the infrared not so much, and then you have the combination. You can rotate all the way through the off. Here's a closer up look. This is the red light. You can see those lights there, and then we're going to see this one come on. That's just the infrared. The constant light timer in 5-minute intervals. Here 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and off. But there is also information provided on the pulsing technology here. So once the machine is on, you can rotate between solid on or then begin to touch the pulsing, and that will rotate between 10, 20, and 30 hertz. And the manual does have some information about the benefits of doing solid versus pulsing. Here's a look at that. They're a little wild, so there's the different pulsing options. They're pretty intense, so it may be beneficial to cover your eyes for those. And I also really like there is a sleep optimizing mode. You can rotate. You can do 25, 50, 75, or 100% while you sleep and rest. You can get all the benefits as well, which is really unique. And a few tips I found helpful. They do recommend using this device starting about 10 minutes, increasing to 20 as you're able. The strength is available for daily use. As mentioned, eye protection is optional but suggested, particularly when you're getting started and used to the machine. The infrared light is very hard to see, so it is working and you will see a slight light, but not much. They do, the device for the whole family, including children, they do recommend using it consecutively for an extended period of time to see lasting benefit. In general, you should be careful if you're using dermatological solutions that are sensitive to light, and it does list a couple of specifics to consider. There are recommended guidelines for use, frequency, distance, things of that nature, and you can wear clothes while using this device. Overall, it's a simple device, easy to use, at home with the benefits. I found the breadth of information provided super helpful for beginner usage, easy to store, easy to use. Thanks to the seller for sending this over. I definitely plan on adding this to my daily routine.